You're going to love today's recipe. We're making crock pot mashed potatoes. Yes, the slow cooker is going to do all the work, and you can find the full recipe with the link in the description. I hope you're loving our holiday crock pot series where we are showing you how to make some of your holiday favorites in the crock pot. You're going to love these recipes for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, or any gathering because they're so easy, and the crock pot just makes your life so much easier. Now the link is in the description below to where you can sign up to get all of the recipes, all of the in your email. We also have the link for today's recipe in there, and we also have a link for our brand new crock pot holiday digital cookbook that I know you're going to want to try. First things first, you need potatoes. These are russet potatoes. You can do red potatoes or Yukon Gold, but for today's recipe, I'm just going to stick with russet. And you want to have a minimum of 3 pounds. So this recipe has 3 pounds, and the reason is you don't want to just do 1 pound of potatoes because it's not going to work in your crock pot. So this is meant to feed like when people come over. And this recipe is really easy that you can even easily double it or triple it, depending on how big your crock pot is. Okay, so we have 3 pounds of russet potatoes, not tomatoes, and then we're gonna get to peeling. You can leave skins on, but we prefer skins off. Quick tip, when you're peeling potatoes, hold your fingers on the ends and peel all the sides first, just like that. Then grab it and then peel the ends. That makes it to where you have no slippery potatoes. Let me know in the comments if this is how you peel your potatoes. And that's my little trick on how to peel potatoes super fast and without going crazy. Okay, I just gotta clean up. Now you just cut your potatoes into large chunks. I am cutting them in half and then into quarters. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Just pretty big pieces that you can just throw right into your crock pot. On the smaller potato, I'm just cutting them in half and then cutting each half into halves. So that way you have these nice large chunks. The potatoes keep sticking to the knife. On the big ones, we're gonna cut them in half. And then I'm gonna cut these in half as well, just to make them where they're all similar in size and shape. The reason is because you want them to cook about the same amount of time, like to be done all at once. Next, add a tablespoon of minced garlic. Now, of course, you can mince your own. A tablespoon of minced garlic would be equal to 3 cloves of garlic minced. And then a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. If you don't like a lot of pepper in your mashed potatoes, go ahead and reduce that pepper to 1/2 of a teaspoon. Place 1 stick of butter right on top. You can cut them up into pieces. But you guys know me, lazy. It's all gonna melt throughout and it's gonna be perfect. And then pour 1 cup of milk right on top. Then add the lid. Cook on high for 4 to 5 hours. This is a recipe I would not cook on low. We like it to cook high, but it's still gonna cook low because it's in a crock pot. But it's so easy because you can just set it and forget it. Now I do want to mention that if you notice, I still have milk in my measuring cup because the recipe calls for 2 cups of milk. 1 cup is going in now, and then the other cup is when we're mashing them. I'll see you in a few hours so we can mash these potatoes. It's time. Oh, the potatoes are hot. They might look a little weird because the seasonings just sat on top. We didn't mix them up or anything. But remember, they're mashed potatoes. It's all going to be mashed together. Now, I am going to mash them directly into the slow cooker. And before you yell at me, because I'm doing metal with the nonstick insert, guess what we just found? We found that you can actually buy the beaters for your KitchenAid hand mixer, and they have silicone on the bottom to protect your pots and pans. So, I am super lazy, friends. Let me know in the comments if you are too. I am not going to dirty up another bowl. So today I will just be using my metal and I'm being very careful, but we have already added it to our cart so that way we can, sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once. But that way the pan will be safe from all the future recipes. Remember that cup of milk? It's time to start adding it. You may not need the whole cup of milk, so just add a little bit. and keep mixing until you get to the consistency that you like. If you like super kind of runnier potatoes, make them runnier. If you like them nice and thick, make them nice and thick. So you do not have to use the whole cup, and in fact, you might have to use more. You shouldn't have to, but from our experience. Now, little tips. Tip number 1, if you're making these and you're gonna keep them on warm, make them runnier than you like. That the reason is because they will keep soaking up that liquid and they will get thicker as they sit. So don't make them exactly as you want them unless you're going to eat them right now. So always make them just a little bit runnier. Okay, we're at the final stages, and I like mine just slightly thicker than this. But again, I made them just a little bit waterier, not waterier, but just runnier. So that way, as they sit, they will get you the perfect consistency. And then last but not least, add some more seasonings. I always do the finger lick test. Don't put the finger back in. I personally think mine needs just a little bit more salt, but I am a salt lover. Let me know in the comments. Are you a salt lover? So we're just doing one more quick mix, and we are ready to go. And that's how easy it is to make mashed potatoes in your crock pot. Now, before we go, you can make these mashed potatoes any way you like. You can load them up with ranch dressing, cheese, cream cheese. I mean, you can make any mashed potatoes the way you want, but they're all going to start with this base recipe, and then you can tweak them for your own. So, but my personal favorite is the fact that there's no boiling, no draining, no multiple pans to wash to make this easy crock pot potatoes, which is perfect for the holiday season. All that's left is serving and eating. Oh, I love me some mashed potatoes. Did you also know that we have a delicious white gravy recipe? That is, well, we have lots of gravy recipes, but our homemade white gravy is so good on these mashed potatoes. I'll make sure to include a link for that as well. Creamy, easy, and perfection. Now let me know in the comments, are you going to be making mashed potatoes in your crock pot? I want to know. And before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We are growing, and we love that you guys are here in our kitchens, and we love sharing these easy recipes with you and love seeing everything that you guys have made and hearing from you. So let us know. Also, the full recipe linked in the comments, as well as our Crockpot Holiday Series and our Crockpot Holiday Cookbook. The digital cookbook is on sale right now. We have both of those linked in the description, plus all the links for everything that you need. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next time for another family-friendly recipe. And before we go, and before I see you again, don't forget to eat at home by eating on a dime. Bye, friends.